Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another week in the stock market. Today is September 19th. Looking at the overall economical calendar, we have some home builder information coming out today. Tomorrow, same type of thing. Wednesday's the day we've been waiting for. We have Powell speaking at 2 o'clock and 2:30. Definitely want to pay attention to see how that's going to overall affect the market, especially since the overall market pulled back and fear that interest rates are going higher than he basically previously expected. Thursday, we have jobless numbers, so that's always important. And Friday, we have PMI data. So a very busy week after Wednesday. So we want to see what's going to overall happen, how the market's going to move beforehand. So looking at the overall market, we're going to jump over towards the 4 hour over here. You see the 4 hours getting a little bit more on the oversold side. We're below the trade line. So it's still some type of bearishness. If we jump over toward the 1 year, 1 day, you can see the 1 year, 1 day. We are still basically below that 1 year, 1 day trade line with room to go to the downside. So we want to see what's going to overall happen. But this level over here around 380 has been some type of support in the past. So we want to see if we're going to basically flush it and basically start going towards those 372 levels, maybe even down towards 362. Comment below. What do you guys think? Do you think we're going to overall break that 362 and start going towards the 350s? Or you guys think that we're going to basically look for some type of support and recover from here? Let me know. Tricky situation. Looking at the overall charts, let's jump down towards the 20-day. You can see we're at the 20-day low, very oversold as well. So I am predicting some type of bounce this morning. I was looking for a possible bounce and a break and hold above 384 or 385, and we can start basically pushing up towards 390, maybe even towards 397, just because this stock is very oversold over here. So let's see what happens, or 381 down towards those 375 levels. Next one we're going to talk about is Tesla. Looking at Tesla over here, Tesla is holding strong despite what's going on with the market. It's holding this sideways pattern. So that's always good to see if you're a long-term investor. As a day trader, not too much action for you, right? Unless you're scalping in and out. Watch for the break and hold above 301. Then we can start basically pushing up towards 305, maybe even 309. 309 is the major resistance zone towards the top that we want to basically break. A lot of sellers are basically selling at that zone. For the downside, we are below the 20-day trade line. So you want to see a break below 298, right? And then we could basically start going down towards 292, maybe even lower, touch the SMA over here. The SMA was some type of basically support zone before. So we want to see what happens with that. Just change things around over here. All right. So looking good with that one. Tesla's holding strong. Make sure you guys keep an eye on Tesla. Last but not least, I want to talk about Netflix. Netflix is probably one of the strongest stocks out right now. And it's shocking. Netflix actually has news this morning. Actually got upgraded to 325 by Oppenheimer. So want to see what's going to overall happen with that, saying that it's basically outperforming. A lot of good information, a lot of good shows on Netflix. I guess a lot of people are signing on to Netflix, or the anticipation is high right now for Netflix. Netflix is a little bit more on the overbought side. Originally, I had 245 break for a long position, and is trying to do that before the bell. Always hate when that happens, but 246 is the new level you want to watch. It's getting a little bit more on the overbought side, but once we start to break that 246, next major resistance for Netflix is 251. Want to watch to see if we break that as well too. If we break 251, then it's pretty much Netflix had a rough earnings 2 earnings ago, and you can see it basically dropped from 368 down towards those 162 levels, and it's kind of having this gap fill pattern. And this is a beautiful pattern for a possible upside. Right now, it's a little bit more on the overbought. Should have just got in when it was oversold. If you had long-term outlook on Netflix, you can see that when it was oversold, that's when it was at its low at 217. Little fun fact, you always want to buy long-term on stocks when the 180-day is oversold, right? You can see that when we're oversold, Netflix was basically 217, and then it started to basically push up, and now we're overbought. So now the opportunity for upside is a lot less. Yes, it could go up, but you got to think about it. How much room does it have to go up? All right. So watch out for that. If we do start to pull back a few levels, you could enter for a possible pullback. Let me just change some colors over here on Netflix. All right, you could enter from the break of this support level at that 241 down towards 237, down towards 231. So watch out for Netflix. Other key stocks you guys may be interested in that's not in my watch list. You got Amazon. Amazon's pretty much oversold over here on the 180-day. A lot of stocks are oversold from selling off. Doesn't mean we can't continue to drop, but all depends on what's going to happen on Wednesday and what the market's predicting. So we could bounce in anticipation for a drop, or we could just basically keep on dropping oversold, which that's not really too much fun as a day trader, right? You want to have some type of room. You don't want to short or oversold stock. Then you're going to get choppy situations where you get in for a short position, it bounces. These type of days, you got to get in as close as possible to that trade line as possible. This way you could basically limit any type of risk, right? That trade line is supposed to be your divider. If the stock stays below it, then you could basically continue your short position. Or if the stock starts to get above it, then you hold your long position. But Apple oversold as well. So we got a lot of oversold stocks. Make sure you guys pay attention to see what's going to overall happen this week. Don't rush and trade at the bell. Use stop loss, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.